Today I'm ranking every single operator in Rainbow Six Siege. We're back, chat. We got a good one going. We're gonna start off with Ace. Ace, you know, great operator, best hard breacher, all around hard breacher in the game. I don't think Ace is obviously terrible for getting hatches. And in that regard, you know, he's not great. He's really, really bad at getting hatches. You know, it takes 2 Ace Somas to get a reinforced hatch, and that's just not very skivvy Rizzo in Ohio, man. So I think Ace is gonna have to go in Stupendous. What the fuck do you want, Ryan? Ace is gonna have to go in Stupendous, but it's not gonna be that hatch thing still gets me. You know, he's the worst hard breacher. At least Thermite can get 2 hatches, dude. Like Hibana can get a ton. Mab can get a ton just really slowly. Ace can get 1 reinforced hatch. That's kind of mid, man. That's kind of butts. It's pretty ass. Anyways, Alibi. I don't think I can put her any higher than bad. I can't, because she's bad. She's really not that great. I mean, like, she hasn't been good since she had the 1.5 sight, and that was forever ago. You know, that was years ago. I can't bring myself to put her any higher than bad, because she's not any better than bad. Okay. We can then go to Amaru. Amaru, again, not great. I'm gonna have to put her in bad with Alibi. Amaru can be good for a couple of things, but she's not an operator that you can bring every single round. And I need an operator. Operators that are going to be high, operators that are going to be in touching appropriately, even touch once, and obviously Stupendous, you need to be able to play every round and bring some sort of value. And Amaru just doesn't do that other than just having another gun on the team. So, you know, if you want another gun, if you want to play that gun, you can play IQ and at least have an ability. You can counter things. You can counter the Scopus. You can counter things rather than just sucky bad. You know what I'm saying, chat? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Aruni is pretty good. That DMR is really spicy, if I'm gonna be so honest with you, and I think that carries her in a way. Her gates are like fine, they're okay. What's going on? Her gates are okay. Could be better. I think Aruni I'm gonna put in would touch once. We then go to Ashe. Ashe, I have had historically very strong opinions on Ashe. Ashe has been bad. Ashe, in my mind, has been bad for as long as I can remember since I moved to PC, because Ashe mains are annoying as hell, and I don't think Ashe is good enough to be picked every round like that. However, chat, I did a thing. I played Ashe in a couple of standards yesterday. Yeah. She's kind of nice, man. Thank you, Dylan. She's kind of nice, dude. Like Ashe. I can rock with some Ashe. Ashe might have to go with touching appropriately, because Ashe is so fun, Chad. Ashe is so fun to play. No, you can't be mod, Ryan. No. Okay. Azami, obviously gonna go on Stupendous. Unban him. He didn't do anything. Dylan, Jesus Christ. Azami creates angles, and that's my big thing. You know, I used to play with people who thought that Azami was like a bad ban, and I just can't stick with that. Yeah, good job, Dylan. Tell him what's up. I just can't stick with Azami being a bad ban, because she's not. Yeah, you gotta earn mod, Riley. You can't. Azami will never be a bad ban in my opinion, because she creates angles. Azami creates, like, you can do these crazy peaks with Azami, and it's so sick. It is so nice. And, you know, I love Azami. Bandit! I do like Bandit. Bandit trekking is possibly... Azami got you to gold? Yeah, I mean, Azami's great. Azami's a good operator. Azami Yeah, I mean, you know, she did take a little bit of a nerf when now you can, you know, shoot the Kivas, but that's, I mean, she's still fantastic. You know, she's a zombie. You know, a zombie's always been good. A zombie's never not gonna be good unless they give her like one keep barrier. Then she'll be bad. Bennett is, what the fuck is that? Sextuple S tier plus plus plus? No. Bennett goes and would touch once. Because Bandit is not that great. You can bring Bandit tricking. Yeah, he's not spamming Dylan. Leave the guy alone. He's not doing anything. Bandit is great. Bandit. But my thing is, you know, bandit tricking is one of the strongest things you can do in the game. Bandit tricking keeps that wall closed, which is very, very valuable to your team. However, he's not great outside of that. He's like, he's fine. He's fine. Dylan, Jesus Christ, do I have to take mod away from you? Dylan, look. Bennett, you know, he's good. He's good for keeping those breaches closed, but that's about all he's good for. He's not an all-around good operator. And I think people forget about that. You know, he's really, really strong for keeping those breaches closed. But outside of that, he's kind of bad. But Cade is better. Cade can do so much more. He can get more walls. He can get hatches. You know, Bandit. Yeah, I love Bandit. Don't get me wrong. MP7 might be my favorite gun in the game. But Cade is just better. Yeah, no. Bandit, I pick if I'm playing against smart players on something like CC on Clubhouse where you need to keep that breach closed. I would pick Bandit because the smart players would know to double EMP the Cade, and that's so much easier than countering bandit tricking. Now, bandit tricking it can be difficult, but not if you know what you're doing. Cade tricking is a lot easier, but it also does require that not have Thatcher and double EMPs. But bandit tricking is also easy to counter with Callie or Maverick. So, no, he's fine. He's fine. Blackbeard goes in stinky poo poo butthead. He's okay. Like if you're on theme park, hold out throne. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah. Bandit can definitely be good, but yeah, you know, Bandit he's okay. Blackbeard, however, goes in stinky poo poo butthead. The issue I have with Blackbeard is that his guns are so bad you can't even really play him the only way that you can play him and have him actually be useful. If you play Blackbeard like an entry, you can win some gunfights. But his guns are so bad that even trying to win gunfights as an entry is gonna be difficult. Like, you gotta he's got the worst DMR in the game. He's got the worst DMR in the game. I love Blackbeard, but I think he's bad. I don't think he's the worst operator in the game. We'll get to the worst operator in the game. But he's still bad. He's got the worst DMR in the game. His AR is, like, okay, I guess. It does a good amount of damage, but it's got a slow fire rate, not a lot of ammo. Give Blackbeard a buff on his guns, and that immediately moves him up to, like, here for me. Because you can play him like an entry. Make him a 3-speed, like, get rid of the shield, what's it called? Get rid of the shield speed debuff, and buff his AR, and Blackbeard immediately goes here for me. Now, with this rework, I'm hoping he gets, like, up here, but for now, he's here, in Stinky Poo Poo Butthead. Blitz, however, is not Stinky Poo Poo Butthead. He's not bad. He's not no touchy. Blitz is would touch once. He's Blitz. Yeah, like that. Blitz is good. Blitz can be good. Blitz can be good if you have the element of surprise. Blitz is really, really strong for just surprising and, like, beating the shit out of defenders. Because they're not ready for it. They're never ready for it. And that's where Blitz shines the most. He's not as good to bring every round as Monty. Monty, you can bring every round and be good. You can provide intel. You know, you can just be that big force that's like just terrifies the defense. Blitz is good if you pick up one round, surprise them, maybe drop 2 or 3, and then you can go back to playing an actual gun, an actual ability, and playing the game the right way. Blitz is good to win one round. Monty is better for consistent wins. Brava is, however, a very, very good operator in my book. Brava goes above Ash, if you ask me. She's not quite stupendous, but she is wood touching appropriately. There are so many things that Brava can counter. I mean, we can look in the top row right here. 1, 2, 3. 3 just in the top row here. And then if we go down here, there's not a lot of defenders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Her biggest counter, her biggest thing she can counter is probably Maestro. So that's 9. Do 10. Depends on what kind of util you have, but maybe wait, no, this is so maybe 11. Depends on the kind of util. 12. Not really, because you can get healed anyways. 13. 14, but it's a little bit hard to counter with Brava. And that's not even counting the defenders that we already have on the board. Brava is so good. She counters so many things. She's like the mute of the attack. And she counters mute. She can hack the mute jammers so she can get her drones in the sight. Brava is so good. And I will continue to preach this until people actually listen. We got 4 viewers this first time. Buck, obviously, stupendous. He is a little bit worse now that he no longer has, now that he doesn't have a Gon 6 anymore. He lost a little bit of his destruction capabilities. He can't destroy, things at a range. He can't get rid of barbed wire at a range, anything like that. But that does not make him a bad operator. He's still the most well-rounded. Got one of the best guns in the game. He has flashbangs. He has a secondary shotgun on his whole ability is a secondary shotgun. It's fast, possibly. He's the best soft breacher in the game. He's better than Ash. He's better than Sophia at soft breaching. Buck is just so good. Buck is so good. Capital is my perfect operator. Not in that he's the best operator in the game, but he is the best operator in the game at how I like to play Siege. I like to play Siege super utility focused. I don't like the TDM meta. I like to play super utility focused, play off tons of util. Now, unfortunately, I can't get a stack that will let me do that. But if I had one, I would have so much fun playing this game because utility is the most fun way to play the game. This is not Call of Duty. It's Rainbow Six Siege. Utility is so strong, and people don't know how to counter it anymore because nobody uses it. But Capital, unfortunately, is not that great in the current meta because people, while you have your Capital bolts on, while you're trying to shoot it, they'll just swing you and shoot you because that's how the current meta is. So he is going to be our first operator in no touchy. He's okay. I do think he would be way better with back in the utility meta. He would be way better than he is now. It's because he has so much utility. Gon 6, 2 fires, 2 smokes. He can bring hard breach charges. He can bring, claymores. Like, he can just bring so much utility, and that would have been very good, a few years ago. But we then go to Cav. Cav is a good operator. Said no one ever. Cav is, I think she's gonna go in no touchy with her boy Capital. Cav, here's the thing. Her guns are so bad. Like, yes, the interrogation is one of, if not the best, bonus ability in the game. You get wall hacks on the defenders. But coming to the point to actually get an interrogation is kind of difficult sometimes because her guns are so bad. She's got a shotgun and an M12. And obviously her pistol is just a reskin of another pistol. Which you can, if you want the goddamn pistol, play a different operator. Like, you feel like the pistol that much. The M12 is bad. The fall off is crazy. The spaz is, maybe the worst shotgun in the game, only because it's a spam shotgun. It doesn't really do any damage. I would much rather have Smoke or Mute, a pump, than the Spaz. And, you know, that just, like, throws me off about Cav. Her guns are really bad, and I'm not one to play ops just for their guns. But when it's a roamer, you need to have good guns if you want to get these interrogations off. And I think Cav is much better with playing sort of in a duo with like a Vigil, because, you know, first of all, you can only get one of them with the Deimos. So if you're trying to roam clear Cav, have a Vigil, you can't get the Vigil. The thing, and like bring Jackal, you can't counter them both. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get them both. In that regard, Cav is gonna go no touching. Now Clash is gonna go stinky poo poo butt head. She can be good if the people you're playing against are idiots and they don't know what they're doing. But other than that, like, she's not great. She's really, really bad. If you pick her at the right time, she can turn the game around. But if you pick her constantly, she's going to be a detriment to your team. It's much better on defense to have that extra gun than have, you know, this shield that is super good for easy counter if you just bring Coffee in peace. I think that is a big problem. Deimos, however, is a very good operator. I think Deimos goes up here. You get wall hacks on a roamer. Now, I did just mention a big counter to Deimos is just having two roamers play together, and that is true. But I think the thing about Deimos is, if they're idiots and they only have one roamer playing, you're gonna have the best time of your life, because you just get to go have wall hacks and fuck them up, and that is so fun to do. I think that makes Deimos so incredibly good. Doc, in the current meta, Doc is a pretty, as much as it pains me to say it, Doc is a pretty good operator. He goes here, 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 up there. Roaming Docs, I hate so much. We're on Doc, goes. Roaming Docs, I hate so much because they don't do anything to your team. If you want to run with an MP5, pick Rook. Okay, like, I get it, Rook's bad, but at least you can help your team. A roaming Doc does nothing but tries to, like, get frags for themselves, and then gets mad when, you know, they kill, like, one, and then, like, your entire team, like, you know, if you lose the round and a roaming Doc kills one, the roaming Doc is going to blame it on all of you, because that's just how Docs are. Doc mains are the same as Ashe mains. They run in, they maybe get one frag, die, and then yell at everyone else if they win the round, or if they lose the round. Dokkaebi, however, is going to be the best attacker in Rainbow Six Siege. She is so good. She did just take a little bit of a nerf with the calls. However, in lower lobbies, that nerf might actually be a little bit of a buff to her, because one of the cardinal sins of Rainbow Six Siege is popping a Dokkaebi call off rip when it's not going to do anything. To a newer player, having that sort of spacing between Dokkaebi calls helps them time it up. You know, you get your first one, 45 seconds into the round? That's not a bad time to pop a Dokkaebi call if you've got people in the building, right? If you've got an entire team that's outside baiting, then yeah, Dokkaebi's not going to help you. But if your team is playing right, that can help you time up the calls, and it can be so good for a newer player learning how to play the game and how to play Dokkaebi correctly. Yeah, this sucks. Echo, however, is also a very, very good operator. I would put Echo right here. Echo is very strong right now. He's got an ACOG. The MP5 SD is a fucking laser beam. His drones are very good. His drones are movable. I think he's better than Valkyrie. I think he is better than his drones. Yes, they're a little bit bigger. They're a little bit easier to see. But he's got movable cams. He can stun people as well. He's a counter to shields. He counters shields. If you've got someone playing off your Echo cam and they bring in a Monty, fuck him up. It's so cool. It's so good. It's so cool. Now, would Echo be so cool if he still had the invisible drones? Yes, that would be so sick. Fortunately, it's never going to come back because Ubisoft hates fun. And, you know, if you still have the invisible drones, you have to waste an entire operator finding the drones. You have to bring IQ just to find the drone. So they don't call each other. Yeah, really. Okay. Fenrir. People are gonna hate me for this. Fenrir is my #1 operator. My #1 operator in Rainbow Six Siege is Fenrir. Fenrir is so incredibly good. Still, he's so good. He provides so much information. Think about this. Think about it this way. Think about it this way, dude. You have 4 Fenrirs. Even if they shoot a deactivated one, you know where they are. It gives you that information. Fenrir, at his best, is off of information. If you're playing off of the information from the Fenrir, if you're swinging off of one, that's the best way to play Fenrir. And even if they shoot one that's deactivated, you know, somewhere else where no one's playing, you know that they're there. You know that they're in that position, and you know that you can go watch it and get a free kill because they don't know where you are. You know where they are, and that's free information that Fenrir brings. Fenrir is so good. He didn't even really get a nerf. He got more of a rework. He's just not OP anymore. He's still very, very strong. He's just no longer OP. Fenrir, my #1 operator in Rainbow Six Siege. He's so good. He's so good. Yeah, no one thinks about it, Ghost, because people just want to, you know, people just want to hate on Fenrir, if I'm being so honest with you, because he's aggravating. I'll give you that. He's annoying to play against. But if you know how to play him right, you're going to absolutely turn the game around for your team. And that's why he's so good in Echo. Ella, however, is not #1 operator in the game. Ella's not even like top 20. Ella's bad. Ella is like, she's fine. Her gun's like not great. G2 esport outfit. I don't really buy the esport outfits like that. I have like a couple of the Beast Coast ones because I like Beast Coast. I have a DZ. Like I bought the DZ gun skin and background, but I didn't buy the actual like the Aqua skin. Yeah, I don't really buy esports things like that. But okay. Ella her gun is nowhere near what it used to be. It's not even close. It's like okay. The recoil is still a lot. Even if you run the compensator, the recoil is still difficult to control, especially as a newer player who doesn't really get the recoil patterns of Siege yet. Her grid mounts are okay for information, and occasionally you can use them to play aggressively. I'll give you that. But there's better operators that can do the exact same things as she can. And, you know, Ella, she's fine. Like, think about it this way. You can bring a Melusi, and you have 4 that aren't one-time use. You can swing off of them. Better gun, secondary shotgun. Melusi is just way, way better than Ella ever. Well, not ever, because Ella was the best operator in the game when she first came out. But she's not anymore. Finka, though. Finka is very, very good. Finka goes, like, here for me, because that LMG shreds people. She's got a global heal ability. You can bring Finka literally anytime, and she will be helpful to your team. Finka is so incredibly good. I can't even preach to you enough how much I like to play Finka, because, like, if I don't know who to pick, if I'm like, well, like, I could do this, but this might happen. Play Finka. Here's Finka. Even if you bring the spear, I can rock with some spear. I can play a little bit of Finka spear, and she's still so good. Finka, fantastic operator. So good. Castle. I struggle on where to place Castle. Because the thing about him, he can be very good if you have a good castle. If you have a good castle who can use the castles correctly, confuse the shit out of the defense, they have no clue what's going on, Castle is going to be a very good operator. But if you've got a bad castle player who's like castling off site, shit like that, Castle's going to be of no use to you. Because he's really, you know, being a detriment to your team. So, for those reasons, I'm gonna put Castle here. He's good. He's like here if you have a good Castle. But if you have a bad Castle, he's like here. So Castle can go right here. Flores is okay. Flores is, yeah, he's there. He exists. fine. He's fine. You're not hurting your team having Flores. I mean, he can destroy a lot of utility, but if the defense is smart, they'll realize where the Flores drones are coming from. Just shoot them before you can even do anything with them. Countered by Mute, countered by Mozzie, countered by, you know, bullets. He's okay. He goes no touch. He's fine. Frost is still pretty good in my opinion. Frost can go like here. Frost is good for very specific bomb sites. She does have that gun with the ACOG, and that does bump her up a bit to me. Frost is very easily counterable if the people you're playing are good at the game. You know, if you're playing against good people, they'll look down before they hop in anything, and you know, just fire. Like what I do, any window I hop in, look down, fire a few shots just in case. Because if I don't have every single operator on the defense again, what's to tell me that they don't have a Frost? That's just a safe way to play the game, and that's how I think you should be playing the game. So if you're playing against someone like that, Frost is going to be of no use to you. You're right, nobody does drone, but again, there is that just like, especially like once, even after one person hits a Frost mat, everyone's going to be checking everything for Frost mats. And I think that is the big problem with her, is that she's very easily counterable. But if you're all playing against idiots, she can be very good. Pulse, however, I do think is pretty bad. Pulse, his biggest weakness is relaying information to your team, right? If you have Pulse, it's very difficult to, you know, communicate with your team what you're seeing, and I think that is his biggest downfall. His gun is also bad, no ACOG. The gun is fine on Castle because it has the ACOG, and ACOGs are so strong on defense, but on Pulse, it's, you know, just the opposite bad. The shotgun is bad. And Pulse, you know, he's whatever. Yeah, he's whatever. He's fine. He's Pulse. He's okay. He's fine. Whatever. Thermite is not whatever. Thermite goes here because Thermite is so good at getting those main breaches. 2 exothermic charges. You can get 1 on main breach. You can even do secondary breaches with Thermite. You can get main breach and secondary breach. His gun is like, okay, you know, the 5.56 is pretty solid. Now it's no AK-12, but it's a pretty solid gun. He's got flashbangs, he's got smokes. Pulse is very, very good. Or not Pulse, sorry, Thermite. Fuse, I feel the absolute opposite about. I think Fuse is bad. I do. I think Fuse, if you're playing against a good player, dude, they're give Pulse the 5.56. Imagine the 5.56 on defense, dude. That would be absolutely awful. No one would ever want to do that, dude. So bad. It'd be like Jaeger Carbine ACOG. It would just be, yeah, no, not gonna. Fuse though. Now he does have the AK-12, and that does buff him slightly. But if you're playing against a good player, they can hear you, they can see for you, they can impact you, they can shoot the Fuse charges. Like, Fuse just has so many weaknesses, they can flank you. If you're a Fuse by yourself, you're going to have a very hard time dealing with Funk Watch. And I think that is one of his biggest weaknesses, and I think Fuse is. Especially, like, and because Clash is bad, Ghost, she can be, like, decent sometimes, but Pulse, though, not Pulse. Fuse is not good. Fuse is bad. Fuse is terrible. I mean, you can't really pick the guy on top 4 bomb sites because he's not going to be doing anything. Glass, I do think, is pretty solid in my book. So, Glass can be decent. Glass can be a decent operator. Glass, or maybe not that decent. Glass with smokes is possibly one of the most deadly combos in the game, especially if they don't know your Glass and they think that you are going for a quick plant and they like try to peek it, like try to shoot you, you absolutely mess them up, and it's not even close. Glass is so incredibly strong in that regard, and especially even just covering a quick plant, Glass is so good. Now shooting a C4 out of the air, you're gonna have a problem with, but if they try to swing you and try to shoot you, like think about bottom floor chalet, basement chalet. You plant default site, they're gonna swing you, they're gonna try to shoot through the garbage can. If you have smokes covering you, Glaz will mess those defenders up because they don't know, they're just trying to get you off the plant. Glaz can be so strong, but he can also be not that great if you pick him on the wrong cloud side, so he goes in wood touch once. Yo-Yo though is very good. Vector, ACOG it's a machine. He's very, very strong. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say about him. He's good. Information denial. He's good. He's a good operator. Gridlock, though, it's not a good operator. Gridlock is the opposite of a good operator. Gridlock is like very bad. There, he's fine. Gridlock is not great for flank watch. You're better off breaking a Nomad. She got a buff. Yeah, her things do 5 more damage. What do you fucking do it? They're not idiots. They're not gonna. They're just gonna. They're not idiots. They're just gonna shoot them too. Like I have seen people die from gridlocks, and those people are absolutely idiots because they don't know anything about gridlock. Like you can shoot them, you can impact them, and gridlock is not gonna be all that useful for you. Nomad, however. They're loud, they fling the defenders back, they give you time to react. The defenders are going to be shaking in their boots, they're going to sprint away. She's good, she's great. Nomad is good. We'll get to Nomad. Gridlock, however, don't think it's that good. Grim, though! Grim is very, very strong right now to me. Grim can go, like, up here. Grim's not quite here. He's going to go up here. You get wall hacks on them. You can clear up entire areas with these Grim Bees. Grim is slowly creeping him out. Exactly. Grim is so good. Maybe next season Grim will be at like stupendous for me. Maybe he'll be here next season because Grim is ever so slightly, like every single season, he's moving up in tier list because Grim is, ever since his rework, he's been so good. When he first came out, worst operator in the game. He was terrible. But now, Grim's pretty spicy. Grim's pretty good. I feel like this is Grim. Best, like my favorite gun in the game. He's got the commando. I also really like the Type 89, which conveniently Hibana has. Hibana is going to go up here with a good pal Echo, slightly below Echo. Hib, she can get secondary breaches. She's the best operator at getting hatches. You never want to bring Hib for like a main breach because she's not all that great for them. But I mean, secondary breaches, Hib, and especially hatches, Hib is your girl, dude. Hib on Clubhouse is very good. Now I do think the combo of Thermite and Ace is, slightly better than Thermite and Hib, or even Ace and Hib. But even then, Hibana can be very, very strong for secondary breaches. Hibana is the best operator for hatches. She's got ranged breach. Hibana's good. Hibana's good. I do like Hib. I also do like Iana. Now, she did take a little bit of a nerf because she no longer has flashbang, and that is a big part of why she's moved for me from like here to here, because she no longer has flashbang. Like, dude, Iana, a year ago or a year and a half ago, one of the best attackers in the game. Iana nades the G36 with no recoil. She brings so much information, and she's also very good for solo queuing because she brings all that information. And you only have 2 drones, and if you lose both your drones, Iana has infinite drones, and I think that she's very, very good for solo queuing for that reason. But her secondary util is very weak. She does have a Gun 6, and the G36 is still a very good gun, but I think she's sort of fallen out of favor among players. IQ is like here for me. IQ, if I'm entering, I do play IQ because she does have those nades, and those nades can be very, very strong. for clearing out areas, as opposed to IQ, where she just has claymores and breach charges. IQ, I like the Commando better than the R4C or the G36. IQ's very good. I don't think she's better than Ash, you know, logically, but in my opinion, I would rather play IQ to entry than Ash. Jackal is quite possibly the most overrated operator in the game. Brava is right here. Jackal is quite possibly, no, not quite possibly, he is the most overrated operator in the game. He's insta-ban every single game, and I couldn't tell you why, because he's not that good. Now, don't get me wrong, C70 is a laser beam, it's so good. But his ability, like, it's slow, it's a little bit clunky. Jackal, he's like, fine. You can go up here, it's okay. There's so many operators better than Jackal. I would rather ban, you know, I'd rather ban Dope. I would rather ban, I'd rather ban Enos. I'd rather ban Brava. Like, I'd rather ban Ying. We'll get to Ying. Ying is usually like my default ban because Jackal, you shouldn't be banning this guy. Two best bans to have and two probably most common are, or not most common, but the bans that I have most of the time in my games, Dope and Ying, because those are the two ops that I would ban every single time. Now, don't get me wrong, I love playing Dope. If Dope's not banned, I like love it because I love playing Dope. But I do think she is a good ban. Halfway down. Okay. Jaeger is fine. Jaeger's okay. He's, you know, Niall's like pretty good. He does give that projectile to Niall. But 5.56 is like kind of okay now. It's not. It's a shell of what it once was. His ADSs are, you know, they're pretty good. But I do think there are better operators to bring on the defense, and I also do think that his counterpart is better. We'll also get to him. Cade, better bandit. Cade goes like all the way up here for me. Cade is very, very. Cade is very good. Cade get hatches. Cade can get 6 walls or hatches. Yeah, I mean, Cade's like very, very, very good. Cali, however, is not good. Cali is good for one thing, and that is countering bandit. And even then, I think Maverick is better than that. Cali's your sniper's bad. You're better with a gun. Cali players just bait the entire round. Where there's, you know, it'll be like a 1v3 with a minute left, or like 30 seconds left, and she'll try to get in the building, and she'll just get fried. Cali's bad. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Cali's bad. Capcan is not bad, though. I do love Capcan. He's my most played defender. And that's, like, no one checks doors. Capcan is so good if you play him for, like, 1 round, and they don't check anything. You get a free, possibly 2 kills. Yeah, great. I love Capcan. It's fantastic. Legion is also very good. Legion can go. After he lost his nades, he became a little bit less favorable, but Legion's still a very, very good operator. Legion is fantastic information. He's got a shotgun. He's got, you know, the T5 with the best guns in the defense. He's fantastic. Lion is also like okay. Lion's fine. He can be good occasionally, but Lion, I think. You know, his counterpart in Finka is much, much better. Yeah, Lion's okay. The new Legion, yeah, I mean, like, he's good. But I do think there are better operators than him. Lion is also, he's fine. He's good. Lion's good, but he's not great. You can bring Lion, like, especially, he's got a lot of options for utility. You can bring flashes, you can bring nades. And he's got a very good gun. The V308 is very good. Yeah, I mean, Lion, like, you're not 30, you got to get Lion. Lion can be good. Maestro. It's like here for me. Yeah. Maestro's good. Maestro is a very good operator. 3 Evil Eyes. a good LMG. Yeah, not really much to say. He's good. He's good. Mav, his best quality is countering the bandit. So for that reason, he's gonna go here. Like, he can be good, but yeah. Malusi, however, is a very, very good operator. I think she might actually pass Grim up here for me. Malusi, 4 wubs. 4 wubs. Secondary shotgun, an MP5. She is so strong. Impact nades. She's got so much utility, so much information. Malusi is very, very, very good. Mira, if I'm being so honest with you, is again a shell of what she once was. Now that projectiles, like things that dig into to things, I forget what they call them, but they do counter her. Callie and Ash made it much, much easier. You know, you don't have to worry about like a bandit now because you could just bring Callie. No, bring Ash, and then like the bandit doesn't affect the Ash, and you still get through it. So she's good. Not great. Here goes there. Monty, however, is very, very, very strong. You can bring him pretty much every single time. Now, sometimes it is better to have 5 guns rather than just having the shield. But if you have a good Monty player, Monty can absolutely turn around your game and make and be so incredibly, incredibly good. I mean, Monty's great. Mozzie, though, is a worse move. Mozzie is... Oh, he's right here. There. First, can do Mozzie's fine. He's okay. He's fine. He's okay. He's Mozzie. Mozzie, yeah. I mean, people used to pick him just for his gun. And now that he doesn't have 1.5 or ACOG on a Roni, there's better ops. Mute, though. Only out better to pick the Mute, in my opinion, is better. Mute is so good. He counters everything, chat. Mute counters legitimately. I'm not going to even bother listing them all because that's how much stuff he counters. Mute is so good in the current. Just ever. You can bring Mute every single... Yeah, exactly. Mute, you can play him every single bomb site, every single time, and Mute is going to be helpful. Mute is fantastic. Nook. I still think she's pretty bad. And I think Nook is bad because people don't use camps. So her ability, 9 out of 10 times, is not going to be useful to you. Now, I get it. They did just rework her to where, you know, it doesn't deplete all that much, but it takes forever to recharge, and no one's even going to spot you on the camps anyway, because they're not going to use the camp. She's... Maybe... Even then, people still don't use camps, Ghost. People are just... It's such a TDM meta. People just running around killing things, they don't use the information, and that's why information is very, very good, actually, because it just... Other people don't use it. You know, if you have information on people, that's free kills. No, like, people even neglect shooting default camps now because, like, no one, like, 30s. Nomad, though, is the superior flank watch to Gridlock. Nomad goes, like, up here for me. The AK-74M is solid. The ARX is a very good gun. You know, it does have a little bit low on ammo, but, I mean, still a machine. Still a beast. I mean, Nomad's great. Nomad's good. I like Nomad. Orcs. Contemplating here. Yeah. Orcs is going to be my second worst operator in the game. He's really, his Rima dashes do nothing for anybody. They're so bad. They don't contribute to the team in the slightest. Like, rotates are already covered, always. He has a good gun, yes. He's quick, like, he's selfish. He's a selfish operator. And his ability is really bad. People only ever pick him for the T5. And like, I guess to counter shields, you know, if you got someone that's just playing shit on a shield, you can make this, that's fine. Other than that, it's pretty bad. Osa. Osa, is also not great. Her shields are pretty ass. She does have 5.56. Osa, your best bet is to like go on a window with Osa and have like, if you're playing against idiots who pick everything and just like pre-fire. Yeah, C4 counter, impact counter. To be good with. This is really, really difficult to be impactful, and I think that is the biggest problem. And I also don't even know what her icon is supposed to be. What is that?
What even is? I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Okay. Ram, though, is very, very, very good. Ram is... Is it supposed to be a Ram? Ram is a very, very good operator. She. The second best vert. I think Buck is a little bit better for vert, in my opinion, just because they're a little bit less wild. Buck, you can be a whole lot more precise with your vert, whereas Ram, it's just going everywhere, just opening up everything, and it's a whole lot easier for people to have, you know, defenders to have angles when your back is turned on you with Ram than Buck, but Ram is still very good. R4C, secondary shotgun. Yeah, Ram is fantastic. Ram is better if you're just trying to apply a ton of pressure. Buck is better if you're actually trying to play off of the vert. Rook is bad. Rook is really bad. Self-revives and the extra 20 HP is like cool, but there's always going to be a better operator that you can play over Rook, and I think that is his biggest problem, is that there's better picks than him. And yeah, I mean, MP5 ACOG is sick. P90 ACOG is sick. The shotgun's like, honestly, probably my favorite shotgun in the game, but other than that, he's like bad. He's bad. Sense is also still really, really bad. Yeah, Rook may... Listen, if you want to roam with an MP5, pick Rook over Doc, please, because then you're actually like doing something for your team. But if you're gonna like play the game the right way, don't play Rook. He's bad. Sense, though, is even worse, because Sense just has worse smoke grenades, and that's his entire ability, their entire ability is just worse smoke grenades. You can impact them, you can C4 them, like, Warden is super easy to counter. I mean, Warden counters smoke grenades too, yeah, but Sense is just bad, because you can destroy them. I think... But the thing about Sense is, impact nades. You can destroy the Sense walls with an impact nade. That is like the big thing for me, is that you can destroy them. You can destroy smoke grenades. You can destroy the Sense wall. The guns, the 417, honestly, might be the best DMR in the game. The POF9 is like okay. Now it used to be terrible. It's fine now. Yeah, I mean, Sentry, I think, is bad. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Every time I've played Sense, I haven't seen a lot of people throw the nades at it, and then when I do it, people are like, "What?" Like they get super shocked at it. Anyways, okay. And then while we're at it, we'll just put the attacker counterpart. They're both pretty bad. The only thing that Sentry is good for is countering shields. You know, you can bring impact skins for. But Striker is just bad all the time, in my opinion. So actually, it probably should be this. You can think they're both bad. Sledge has fallen out of meta. He used to be very good. He used to be the, you know, the vert operator. But he's fallen out of grace. I mean, what am I saying? He's up here. They need to nerf Sledge, dude. He's so OP. Sledge is so overpowered. Why? They need to nerf him, dude. They need to nerf Sledge. Obviously, they need to nerf Sledge. Smoke, though, is also very, very good. If if you're really good with smoke, if you're good with smoke is gonna be so incredibly good. If you're bad with smoke, you're not gonna be doing shit for your team. But if you can learn how to play smoke, if you can master smoke, you can be so good. You can cut off angles, you can get into sniper. There's still better operators for that, in my opinion. Smoke, cut off angles, you can use the smokes aggressively to push back up onto attackers and get in the close range with that SP11 and that shotgun. Is absolutely dominant at close range. Yeah, he's so good. Solus, though, after her nerf. Here. She's like, why did you have to ruin Solus, Ubisoft? She was so fun. She's so good. Because I love Solus. She's so. My God, she's terrible. Oh my God, she's so bad. Like she's such a shell of what she once was. Like, dude, you can't even tell what the gadgets are anymore. You have to like overclock to even be able to tell what the gadgets are. It's so dumb. She's so bad. And I hate it. Ubisoft, please just bring back Solus, take away the ability to play in prep phase, and she's fine. She's still a good operator, but she's not like, you know, crazy drunk on island. I hate what they do. Tachanka is going to be my third worst operator in Rainbow Six. My fourth worst operator in Rainbow Six Siege. Tachanka, his LMG shreds. It's so good, but his ability is so bad. He's so slow. Like, he's Tachanka. Like, he's a massive meme. But dude, I know, I love Tachanka, but he's so bad. He's fun to play though. He's fun. Thatcher is like here for me. Thatcher, he completely, the only thing that I think you need Thatcher for is shutting down K-Tricking. If you've got people that are K-Tricking, then yeah, bring Thatcher. But I find that if they're not EMP, pocket EMPs are good enough to do the job about 99% of the time, and you don't even need Thatcher. It's just a waste of time. In my humble opinion. Now some people may think different. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Thorn! We got all these operators Thorn and Sticky Poo Butthead because Thorn is bad. Thorn is Sticky Poo Butthead. She's got a good gun. Her ability is so dog water garbage. It's so bad. I can't even get over it, dude. It's so bad. But yeah, that's all I have for this segment. Now we've got my worst operator in the game. And that is gonna be Thunderbird, dude. She's got a one-time sight on a pretty, like, the spear is, like, okay now. It used to be a laser. It's okay now. She doesn't have impacts anymore. She doesn't have a C4 anymore. Her thing, you have to run around the entire map twice to get back up to full health. They recharge, like, yeah, oh, well, you can use them after she's dead. You can get heals. You have a good doc, he's not going to be the first one to die. God. I hate Thunderbird. I think she's so bad. Kubrow, though. That's not bad. Kubrow. It's good. He's got what I think to be the best DMR in the game on the defense with an ACOG. His 2-barrel canisters are good for stalling time. He's at his strongest where there's a breach to maintain. Kubrow's not the worst. Oh, Thunderbird is? Yeah. Thunderbird is the worst op in the game. Kubrow is so good. He's at his best when there's a breach. You know, with the Cade or the Bandit, you are going to keep that breach shut, and it's going to be so good. Twitch, I think is, you know, slightly worse than Brava. I think Twitch is like here for me. Twitch can be good. She does have the 417. I play F2 on Twitch if I'm like warming up just to get my recoil under control. But other than that, Twitch is like F2. I wouldn't play it. I play the 417. I don't really have much else to say about Twitch. She's good. She's fine. With better things. You can control the F2. I can control it, just not any longer than like 15 meters away. And then it just starts. Woo, woo, woo. But I think a big part of that, Ghost, is that I don't know if you've tried using different barrels on it. Like, you know, I run muzzle brake, but you know, some people like flash hider, some people, you know, like the recoil patterns of the compensator, and it's just a preference thing. That did help me going away from flash hider and going to the muzzle brake, because with the muzzle brake, the first 2 bullets are like straight, and then it keeps the spread a lot lower, and it's like really nice to hit headshots on. It's super easy to hit headshots with the F2 if you're running muzzle brake, because the first 2 bullets stay, and then the rest of them. Oh, you play comp? That's pretty sick. I want to play comp, but no one would take me seriously because I'm not, you know, champion. Just gotta get better at the game first. So I can even think about it. No. Is this what I want? Thank God. Now, slightly worse than Maestro, in my opinion. That's all I really have to say about it. Oh, compensator. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Thought you meant like competitive. No, that's yeah. Compensator barrel. Yeah. Compensator's good. It's just a preference. Vigil. He's so bad. And I hate that he's so bad because the boss B is like the most broken thing in the game right now. It's so annoying. It's not even like, just nerf the drop off. And then, oh, gold, yeah, no, I'm flat. Yeah. Boss B, just nerf the drop off. And Vigil will be back in his place to be like a whatever operator. Womai is Jaeger's counterpart, and I do think that Womai is better than Jaeger. Womai is so good. He did lose his ACOG, and that was a little bit of a hit to him, but his utility I do think is still better than Jaeger's. And yes, it's another portable. It would take her to put him down, and I think that's the thing you trade is you know, the complete destruction of the thing for portability and, you know, on-the-fly playmaking with Womai, and I think that is more useful than Jaeger's. Did he used to have a shield? I never ran it, I wouldn't even know. I always ran it by himself. Come on. Warden, though. His picks are at an all-time low, but honestly, I think he might be at a better place than he's been in a... He's gonna go here. Well, here. And I think the reason why is if you've got smart players, they're gonna be playing flashbang, they're gonna be playing Yang, and Warden shuts down an entire style of play in this crazy flashbang Yang. Just like pew 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 pew, quick plants. Warden shuts them down. Warden shuts down everything, dude. Yeah. You know, he's at an all-time low in his pick rate because he lost his 1.5, but I do think Warren is still pretty spicy. Ying, though, Warden, you know, the thing that Warden counters, the thing that Warden's best at countering, is going to be all the way up here for me. Ying is so good. Shoot, her candelas are so good, her gun is pretty spicy. You just run in with off of a candela and do it, you just shoot everyone, they can't see it. Zero, though, pretty bad in my opinion. You can go like here, like he's fine, he's okay, he's fine. His cans, you can hear him, you just shoot him, and just shuts him down. That's about all I have to say about Zero. Like, his gun is good, cans are ass, he's got a gun 6, he's got hard reach tools. That's all I have to say about the guy. Sophia, I think, is overhated. I think she can be pretty nice in certain situations. She's good. I think she's. I think. If I, you know, I was, you know, I'm avid Ash against Ash main, so often I will play Sophia. Probably not the smartest choice, but. And then we go just the newest operator, Scopos, who for me, it's gonna be right here. The lady can teleport. I get that. The gun is a laser. I get that. But the thing is so easy to counter, dude. Play IQ, play Claymores, find the inactive bot, put a Claymore on it. Second she tries to switch, boom, she's gone. She's done for, dude. She's cooked. That's power. Up the counter on the Scopos. So yeah, she's Scopos. She's fine. Scopos, yeah, she's got a great gun. That's about it. She's whatever. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our entire video. You know, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you in the next one.